Hi everyone, I am Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and I wanted to show you this fun card that you can kind of see. You can vary it with just the changes of paper. It may have a technical name, this type of fold, I don't know, so I'm calling it a double open card because it opens twice. And you can see I used all the same paper, but I varied a few of it. Here we go, there's one's a different one. So they all kind of open up the same, and actually that one's the same as that one. Where I got the idea for the card is I was cleaning out a lot of my cards. I save everyone's cards and I have them in a box, and I was going through looking for some ideas for my club projects, and I came across this card that Carol made, and I saved it and I loved it. So it's from 2020. She wrote the date on the back, which was nice, and I just really liked it. So I kind of took that as a starting point of the card. I changed up a few things. You can see where she did the green border. I did a polka dotted border, and so I made that a little bit bigger because I wanted you to see the polka dots. And I slightly changed some of her measurements, so you probably can't even tell. But this panel here is slightly smaller than this panel because I wanted to use just the 8.5 size piece of paper. I didn't want to cut it in half, so you can get two bases out of each. Hers was a little bit longer, so she cut hers the long way, but that's kind of the only difference. So thank you, Carol, for your inspiration. So let me show you. I did write down the measurements, and I have all my pieces cut here, but I'm going to show you how to put it together. So the base of the card, and I used Flirty Flamingo. You can use any color you want, but it's 4 1/4, so 4 1/4 by 8.5. And then I scored it at 5.5. So it's the regular size card, right? So this, and you can have yours, depending on how you put it together, you can have it open this way, or you can have it open this way, just depending on how you arrange your papers and your label. So that doesn't matter. And then what I'm calling the smaller base, which is this piece, right? Because it's kind of like two bases because it opens up. That is 3 inches by 8.5. So they're both the same here for the 8.5, but this is 3, so it's smaller. And this one is scored at 4 1/4, so exactly in half. So you can probably kind of see how they just go together just like that. So that's kind of the basis of the card. And then the larger, what I'm calling the larger based pattern paper, I'm gonna put that on right now. Again, you can vary this depending on, here it is. Like I said, like Carol's, hers was the green. It was a 1/4 inch smaller on each measurement, but I wanted to see the polka dots. Oh, and this paper, it's kind of fun paper. It's called Delicately, wait, hold on a second. I'll come up with the name in a second. Oh wait, so I do want it to go this way. I'm getting all mixed up. So this, I'm just gonna, so there's the fold, so I'm just gonna use that and center this piece on that. Delightfully Eclectic. I knew it would come to me. It's in the 2023-24 annual catalog, and it's full of, you can kind of see, I'm not going to say random papers, but they are kind of eclectic. How's that? All right, so this piece is going to go right on that, so it just centers right on there. You don't have to worry about making sure that it's even. As long as you line it up with this, you're good to go, because see, there we go. All right, so now these 3 papers, which I said all other pattern paper in inner white, are all 4 by 3. They're all the same size, and that's why I was saying that they were kind of interchangeable. So you could just choose what you wanted. I kind of like the pretzels on the front. It's kind of, to me, like a summery card or summer feel. And I actually like both the daisies and the lemons. I assume they're lemons. So what do I have? I have 2 daisies. Oh, I have 2 and 2. Darn it. All right, I'll decide as I'm going along. So I'm just going to put glue on there. And then the inner white is the same size, right? Because these 2 panels are the same. So that's going to go And you could do any color, but I did white just so I could write on it. You could certainly stamp a message on the inside. I haven't gotten that far yet. All right, and you could even, if you wanted another panel, you could even put another panel of pattern there. All right, so now I have to decide if I like the daisies. I think I'm gonna go with this one because it mirrors the yellow. Although the daisies have yellow too. I'll show you again the different variations at the end. So it comes together really easily. After it's cut and scored, it really does come together. And so basically that's done. Oops. And you can put whatever you want on the front. So I turned this one into a thank you card. So what I did was used my thanks so much stamp from the Kindest Expressions. So this stamp set works great for the technique that I'm going to do because it's I like having different colors on the words, and it's all the red rubber and they're spread apart. Like, it's just easy to color on. So I'm taking my two Stampin' Write markers. This is Old Olive. You can see it's well loved, but it doesn't matter for this technique because I'm just coloring directly on my stamp. And then the other color I have is Flirty Flamingo, just to match the card base that I did. I'm going to turn it that way just because it's easier for me. You can see that's a much better tip. And then I'm going to huff on it in case I waited too long or the ink dried a little bit. It just re-moistens the ink that's on there and you get that. And I just think it's fine as one color, but I think it really, this particular stamp is really nice having the two-toned. And then I used this die to cut it out, and that is from the Nested Essentials dies. So you get all different, I think you get 4 of each shape, and they all are nested so you can build them up together. And I already cut it out. So then it comes like that, and then we're just going to pop it on top. So I keep forgetting. Oh, I have remaining. I need to put more dimensionals up here in this space. I have black dimensionals, but I don't always like to use black dimensionals on white cardstock because sometimes you can kind of see it. All right, so that is it. Those are all my scrap pieces, but they work just as well. You just have to, more little pieces to take off. All right, so then I'm going to center it. I never would have really put these patterns together, but I think it works with this type of card because you just get a little glimpses of each, so it's not too busy. So that, let's see, I'll put out, this was the daisy one. That's the pear one. And then this one I did with stripes. So I just flipped the pretzels upside down and did the stripes. And I think that's all the variations I have with that paper. So when you cut it, you just have to keep in mind, even though this size is the same as this side, you have if you have a direction of the paper, so like, you know, the pretzels go this way. I didn't really want them to go that way. Same with the peaches or lemons. I guess they're lemons, not peaches. I'm thinking of this peach card. So just pay attention when you cut your paper, which side you do 3 and which side you do 4. All right, so that is the card I have for you today. I hope you like it. It's a fun technique, and I'm just calling it a double open card, but I will find out if it has a proper name, and I'll put that in the description as well. So thanks again. I'm Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty. Happy creating.